Kicking things off then, boys, the goalkeeper, Anana, was rated 85 in FC25, boys. We've given him a -2. Now, maybe some people might say that's a bit harsh, but first half of the season, I don't think he was very good at all. Second half of the season, he improved, he was a lot better. However, boys, I do feel that when he was at Inter Milan, he was far better than when he came to Manchester United in terms of his form. Now, we know he likes to play out the back, boys. So hopefully this season we can get our defence in a decent place and play to his attributes. Next up then, boys, we've got Luke Shaw. As you can see on the screen, boys, Luke Shaw, I've kept him the same. All the stats the same rating. The reason for that is he was out all season at the end of the day, boys. And for me, he's one of the best left backs in the world, probably the best left back in the Premier League. So he can't be rated any lower than an 83. And that's for that reason, boys, I've kept him the same. Harry Maguire. I've given Harry Maguire a +3 to an 82 rated, and I've smashed that pace up, boys. Reason for that is I feel like Maguire's pace is being heavily underrated by EA. And he's also had a decent season, boys. I think he's just a solid centre-back, and will be a good backup choice for us, boys, this season, baby. Lisandro Martinez, for the same reason as a Shaw, I've put him as an 84 and left him the same, boys. He's still got a nice little card. He could still be usable in the first couple of weeks of the game as well, boys. And hopefully, the Butcher will be back next season. New one, boys, Jared Branthwaite. Apparently, we have reached personal agreements with Branthwaite, and there's a big chance that he could come to Manchester United, boys. So he's in the predictions. A 72 rated silver card. Probably really unlucky to miss out on going to the Euros as well, boys. But I've given him a boost of a +5 on that card. And a few tasty stats. And if he does come to Man United, boys, a few of you might want to get him in your starter teams at the beginning of FC25. Diogo Dalot, Man United's player of the year. I think he was absolutely sensational. Definitely our best player last season, boys. I've given him a +4. A big generous upgrade to Diogo Dalot. Personally, I feel like EA will just give him a +3 and make him 83 rated. But for me, boys, give him an 84. One of the best right backs in the league. Come on, baby. Casemiro, boys, he came to us. He had an unbelievable first season. His second season now, boys, unfortunately. Personally, I reckon there's a little bit of an injury there. He's played at centre-back. We were on poor form. But for that reason, I've had to give him a -4, boys, down to an 85 rated. Still could be pretty decent, though. And if he does stay at Man United next season, which I think he will, hopefully, he can get back up to that level. Muxus, baby! Oh, I love Muxus. A +2 for Muxus. Scored a few very, very important goals. Got some big points last season from the goals that he scored, boys. And I think he's very underrated by a lot of the fan base, to be fair, as well. And also, reckon he's going to have a decent Euros. Kobbie Mainoo, the biggest upgrade in the squad. A +16 for Kobbie Mainoo. Second half of the season, when he came back after his injury, sensational, absolutely brilliant. Scored in the FA Cup final. He was just brilliant all throughout the FA Cup games as well, boys. He's going to the Euros, a chance he could play as well. What a season for him, young lad. Been brilliant, really popular in the fan base, boys. I reckon EA needs to get that card looking juicy. João Neves, boys, another new one. A player that we are linked to. We're going to have to pay a big fee if we want him. Let's bring him, I say. I've given him a +6 to a 77 rated. He also is a young player going to the Euros, boys. Big chance that he could play for Portugal as well. And could have a decent little Euros, a decent little tournament. It will probably drive his price up if he does. But I would love to get our hands on this player, boys. I think he'd be absolutely sensational. Mason Mount, once again, boys, I've left him as an 81 for the same reason as Martinez and Shaw. He was injured, he's not really played. I think it's a bit unfair to downgrade a player when he's been injured all season. Bruno Fernandes. I've kept him the same because I felt like he's not lived up to his expectations in terms of the season. However, at the back end of the season, boys, I think he was sensational. I thought he was brilliant for us. Really important to us for the end of the season. For that reason, boys, we know he's got the ability in the locker. He just had a bit of an off season at the beginning, boys, but potentially another player that can have a good, decent little Euros as well. Amad Diallo, that goal in the FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool, sensational. He had a decent little season, to be fair. I think he deserves a +2. He's going to become a gold card as well, and I think he's definitely deserves it. It would be nice to see him play a little bit more as well this season, boys. Anthony, them boys, potentially may not even be here. Maybe he gets sold. I've given him a -2 to a 79 rated. He was absolutely awful. One of our worst players last season, but, you know, as a whole, as a team as a whole last season, we weren't very good, were we? So maybe he gets another chance to shine this. Marcus Rashford, them boys. He didn't have the best season, and for that reason, I've given him a -4, and I've also downgraded that pace as well. The pace given to him on FC24, absolute fraud watch, mate. I don't know where Rashford's pace has gone, but he needs to bloody find it. It might not ever come back. But for me, I feel like he's definitely lost a lot of pace, and I've given him a -4 because I thought last season he was nowhere near the player that he should be. Garnacho, them boys! Another popular player in the squad. Had a great season last season as well. Really, really important player for us, boys. A +6 for Alejandro Garnacho. I think he was excellent last season. He should not be a 75 rated. That Boise kick against Everton, absolutely sensational. Had a very, very good season. Another new one, boys. Ivan Toney. We are looking for a striker. We're definitely going to sign a striker. I would love it to be Ivan Toney. I've given him a +2. Also gone to the Euro squad as well. I'm not really too sure how much he'll play. Maybe he might not even play, to be honest. And that's not harsh when you've got Harry Kane in front of you. But I would personally love to sign Ivan Toney to rotate with Rasmus Højlund. And that takes us to the last player of the video then, boys. Rasmus Højlund. I've given him a +5 on his card, boys, and I think he definitely deserves it as well. He was good for us, important. Not the best start of the season, not the best start to his Man United career, but he didn't get any chances created, boys. So frustrated, must have been so frustrated for him. But I still feel like the goals he scored, the player that he is, I give him a +5. That will be the end of the video then, boys. Drop a comments down below of what ratings you think the player should be, whether you disagree or not, boys. Get them all down below. Get every single player and tell me what you'd rate them, and I will reply to all the comments down below, boys. If you did enjoy, do drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you boys next time.